What's going on? Hey, it's Jason. It's a beautiful Saturday morning, June 8th, I believe. It's about 68, 69 degrees right now. It's supposed to get up into the mid 80s, but it's a beautiful day. Pretty mostly sunny, a few clouds in the sky. It's just going to be a beautiful day. So we are officially now 3 weeks away from the garden tour. It is Saturday, June 8th, I believe, is what the date is. And so we have 3 weeks left. We got a lot to do. I'm going to really start working on cleanup type things of the yard. Today I'm going to work on, well, this weekend I guess, the whole weekend. I got to get some grass and weed killer on all the walkways and the driveways, get rid of all those weeds, and along the curb line, get rid of that. I got a lot of cleanup to do in the yard as far as the trimming and mowing, that kind of thing. So let's get to it. I still got that stinking gate project. Actually, I don't even know if I've finished a video on that thing. We started a gate. Let me get over there real quick. Don't look at the ugly part. Look at our messy barn. We've been so busy that we haven't even had time to. We just throw everything in there. We're done with it. Throw it in there because we know we're going to need it like the next day. But on the side of the barn over here, it's just been really ugly. That's kind of our dumping zone. So I'm building a gate to go there. That thing has been my nemesis. So, it sounded easy. Just build a gate, put it up, no big deal. Yeah, well, because I'm an amateur, maybe a guy that's a professional gate builder or fence builder would be able to do it pretty easily. I'm an amateur. I've made so many mistakes, had to redo things, made it too wide to begin with, and then had to start all over, cut it down. It's just been a long, long job project. And we got one hung up, and then it rained on us, and then it got dark on us one night, so we got some mosquitoes. Gonna spray for bugs this weekend too again. So we got one more to hang up there. Hopefully I think my dad's gonna try to come over and help me out tomorrow maybe, to get that going. But today, right now, the first thing I'm doing this morning is it's because it's so early. It's like 7:30, 8 o'clock. I'm gonna spray with the grass and weed killer, a Roundup type of chemical. Glyphosate, I think, is the name of the actual chemical. So I'm going to do that because that's not going to make any noise. I get the weed trimmer, the edger going, the lawnmower. It's just going to be loud and annoying. I don't want to be the annoying neighbor kind of guy. So I'm going to do that. And I'll show you what I'm doing with that. Hold on. Oh, wait a minute. She takes care of the flowers. I take care of the lawn. Welcome to our Missouri yard. All right, so here's what I got going on here. First, you can notice this when I put down the Next products, I always have a board down so I'm not spilling anything on the driveway. And I spill a lot, so I use the board to spill on the board. So what we're going to have here is the weed and grass killer. It's basically a store brand, maybe the Menards brand of Roundup. I have a dedicated hand pump sprayer. Nothing but glyphosate type products or any kind of weed killer type products go in this tank. Nothing else, because I don't want that contaminating anything else. So we got the weed killer, and then there's a surfactant. And what the surfactant does is we're going to add it to the grass and weed killer, and it just helps the chemicals and the water that's going to be in the tank. It's going to help spread across the leaves, not just bead up. Bead. Like when you wax a car, you get the beads on your car. We don't want that. We want this to coat the leaves, and that's what the surfactant does. So it's going to make it extra powerful. I was looking at the label here. All right. They don't put any of the important stuff on the front. Only first aid. So, it kills weeds and grasses. That's the important part for me, and that's the important part for everyone to pay attention, because if you use this in your grass, in your yard, you're going to kill the grass too. So, I was looking at how to do it. Look at this. We're doing a lawn renovation, which I'm not doing, thankfully, but it says, do not mow for 7 days before or after treatment. Well, that's definitely not going to happen because I'm mowing twice a week right now. So, how to use? Using a tank sprayer, just common weed and annuals. Well, I'm going for tough weed control. I'm going to go hot. So, I'm going to be mixing 2.5 ounces, or that is also 5 tablespoons of the grass killer to a gallon of water. That's what I have, is just a gallon tank sprayer there. So we'll treat that, and then with the surfactant, it says for glyphosate herbicides, 1 tablespoon per gallon. So that's what I'm going to use. A tablespoon of that, and 5 tablespoons of that, and a gallon of water in the tank. All right, let me get that mixed up. So as I've done in past videos when using a tank sprayer, usually I think it's been my backpack sprayer I've used before. These tanks, you can't ever read those little line things they got in there, so I always take a Sharpie and a permanent marker and mark that. So that's a half gallon and that's a 1 gallon. And I filled it with water, a little over about 3/4 of the way full. And then I put the 5 tablespoons of the weed and grass killer in, and a tablespoon of the surfactant in. And now I'm going to slowly fill it up the rest of the way. And those that didn't catch it in previous videos, I love this idea. This is a valve that I put on the garden hose, so I don't have to keep going back and forth to turn it on. And then a quick connect here, so that when I put a sprinkler or a nozzle on there or anything, I just put them on and off real quick. So I'm going to turn the water on slowly. Fill it up the rest of the way. There. I think that's good. All right, I put the cap on, and then I got another trick I got to show you, so be right back. Had 2 important things to take care of first. First, since this is going to be only for glyphosate, I put the big X on there as a warning to never use it for anything else. I used the Roundup tank specifically for that issue, but just in case, it's always better to double check. X means bad. And I had to put an LCN sticker on there. I had to tag my products, a lawn care nut. Got some products from, some of the next products from Alan Hand, the lawn care nut. That's where I ordered my products once, and then sometimes I order them from Pete over at GCI Turf. But this one, when I bought the 4-pack of the biostimulant pack, I think it was, he sent a bunch of stickers, so I wanted to tag that. Because you can never have enough stickers, right? So this is the main walkway we've been working on. You can see you got a lot of grass. Probably grass seed from when I overseeded in there. And then on the curb, there's a few things in there. On the other side of the, going down that side, there's a lot more. But I want to get everything sprayed. And because I'm working with next to my grass and I don't want to spray the grass, what I'm going to do is just take a box and put it right there on the edge like that, so I can spray and not have to worry about overspray getting into my grass. Alright, so we got the spraying done. Got the entire walkway and the curbs, and did the driveway in the back. Now the next project is our lovely dogwood tree. It's our pink dogwood tree, which I think I showed you a video of that and pictures of it before. It was beautiful when I had the pink on it, but unfortunately now it's got some sort of fungus. And look at these leaves. It's got some sort of fungus on there. And it's got a little burn on the edges. I think that's because it's just getting too much sun now, because when it was originally planted, it was planted in the shade, but now it's in full sun. So that's part of it. But I want to spray that fungus. So I want to take care of that fungus. So I got 2 things I want to do with that. I'm going to put my bottles over here. I'm going to spray it. I'm going to spray with the hose end sprayer the leaves here. Went down to the local garden center, and this is what they recommended. It wasn't the big box store, it's a local garden center, so this is what they recommended to spray on it. And then what I'm also going to do is this stuff is I'm going to mix it with water, and then I pour it on the ground all around. And what it's going to do is then get into the roots and come up. And they say this usually takes a week or 2 to take effect. So what we're going to do is spray with that one, so that starts taking effect immediately, and then this one will follow up, 1 or 2 weeks later. So hopefully that'll really help the tree out. And then I ordered online, after watching one of the Paul Castleberry's videos about fertilizing the trees, I ordered the tree and shrub pack from the next line. I ordered that from the LCN Lawn Care Nut. And it's going to have the Flora-Green, the Microgreen, RGS, and Humic 12 in it. So I'm gonna fertilize all our trees and really get those going. And hopefully I'll do a video on that when that product comes in. I ordered it last, I think it was Thursday, so hopefully I'll get it early next week. Alright, so I already sprayed the front side of the tree. I wanted to see how it's going to work, so then I'll show you how I'm doing it here on the backside. Just got the hose end sprayer connected to our 0G hose, and just flip the switch and spray the leaves. I'm looking right into the sun, so I'm not liking that too much. Just coating the leaves is all I'm doing. Easy as that. That's it. And then I'm going to mix it up and pour it around the roots too. I forgot to record it, but what I did is on the directions, it says other shrubs. I'm just going to go, and I talked to the guy at the nursery. He said use the shrub rate. So I put in 1 fluid ounce and 1 quart of water per foot of plant height. I'm guessing the tree is probably 25 to 30 feet, so I put around 3 ounces into a quart of water. Now I'm just going to pour it around the root ball. Okay, so it's not going to be as easy as I thought. I forgot that under this rock we have the weed paper, the weed block. So I'm going to have to go just outside of that, like over in here. Maybe just go outside the rock here and over in there. Let's check to see if I have any weed block there too. Nope, that's just dirt. So I'll get it in there. That'll be good. So let's just try it. Moving right along. So I got 2 things done off my to-do list. Next thing is, if you remember, I put this pipe in several weeks ago. I think it may have been even March, early April, something like that. Well, when I brought in a bunch of topsoil for this area and reseeded it, then we had rain that night and had a bunch of washout. So what I had to do is put the pipe in to redirect the water, so then I could seed it, level it out again, seed it again. And now I think I'm established enough, and I don't have any big torrential downpours in the near future. So I'm going to go ahead and take the pipe out, so that way I can get in there and trim really well later today or maybe tomorrow, and just clean it up a little bit. And that way the grass that's dead that's underneath it, maybe get some stuff to fill in there or whatnot. So let me get that cleaned up. Maddie, I have no idea what I'm doing here. Does it look like it?
No.
Or does it look like I have it all under control?
It doesn't look like anything. Looks like a tick. If you look at it from a certain way, you'd see it. It looks like a tick.
Looks like a tick?
Yeah. Well, no, it doesn't. Because, look. It had the circle body, and it had the arms and legs.
Alright, this is going this side of the barn. Okay guys, it's Sunday morning. I'm wearing the same clothes. Why put on clean clothes when you're gonna get them all dirty again? So I'm just wearing the same dirty, sweaty clothes I wore yesterday. Heather was standing our fence behind us. I don't know if it's a fence or a wall, because it doesn't enclose anything. It's just a wall. So I don't know. But she started staining that. Ran out of stain and light, I believe, because it was nighttime. I think it was dark when she quit. So a couple other things I'm gonna do today. I'm gonna spray for bugs again today. And I gotta trim and finish edging, trim and mow. And there's a couple other little projects going to do around the house, around the yard. But we got a big event going on this afternoon we got to get to. That starts at 2. Yeah, 2 o'clock. So we got to be all cleaned up by then. Also got to make a trip to the yard waste area, because got some brush there that I took out from behind the barn, or the side of the barn. Because check this out. I was making some videos on it, on our gate. But as I've mentioned many times, I am not a professional, and I proved it when I was building this gate. So we got the gate done there. Look at that. blocks off that side of the barn, that junky area, where I had a bunch of brush. That's where I got all the brush. I dug up all the brush and hauled it off to get ready to haul off. But holy moly, I made a lot of mistakes. That thing took way longer than it should have. At one point, you know how I always measure twice before you cut? Well, for whatever reason, when I took my measurement of the posts, the two side posts there, I took the outside measurement and I forgot to take off the width of each post. So my gates, when I originally built them, they were too wide. It wouldn't fit. So I had to take them completely apart and rebuild them. Also learn when you're, on there, well, here, let me take the camera off and get close up on it. All right, there's the gate. So the hinges that I got, they came with screws, but I said, to heck with that. That's not going to hold up. Each one of these panels is 90 pounds. So I didn't think those screws were going to hold up. But so what we did is we took some lag bolts and put them in here, and then some bolts here, and we put a washer, lock washer, and a nut on the back side of these bolts here. So give it lots of stability on that. I was just afraid that with the weight of those gates that those screws would just pop out. And the other thing we learned is when you're drilling these holes here, make sure you get all the way through. We got through, but the bit I had is a 1/4 inch bit. It wasn't quite long. It got through, but it just kind of peeked out. And let me show you here what happened. Because we didn't go finish out the hole, we busted out a couple places. Down here at the bottom too. So what we did on this other side, you see how it's nice and clean? That was my dad that was helping me out. You know, feel so blessed to have his help, because I would have destroyed the darn thing. Took a sledgehammer to it and just started pounding away. But I had a wood pile. So we screwed it through from the front, or drilled through the front, and then once we got through and had a hole marked there, we went again and screwed or drilled back through the other side, made a good clean hole, and that way it wasn't splintering any wood out, and it turned out pretty good. I guess the big concern is, now that I think about it, is if you come back here and this thing locks on you, you're in a little trouble getting out. I wonder if I can sneak through here on this side. Yeah, I could probably squeeze through there. It's not really meant to keep anybody out. It's just to keep it clean, so you don't have to see it. Locks up like that. I think it turned out pretty good. Look at that. Not quite level at the top there, but pretty close. This board going across the top here, because the posts got put in sideways, they wanted them going this way and not this way, but because they got put in this way, I got a 2x6 to put across the top, just to help keep the posts, get a little more stability to the posts so they don't sag in at all. Heather says she's going to find some stuff to put over the top there to make it look like there's a reason for having it up there, but we'll see. Alright guys, so it's Sunday evening. Had a weekend of frustration, I guess you could say. It started out with the fence that I had for the last 2 weeks, dealing with that, and then my edger quit on me. I had like 20 feet left to edge, and it quit on me. Can't get it started. Spent I don't know how much time trying to get that going again. Couldn't get it going. So man, I can't do any weed trimming either. I did get to mow, so that was good. Enjoyed that. It was hot though, but I did it. So Heather's been working on the fence behind us. Got it all finished up. She has a little touch up she's gonna do here in a little bit. And then she did the gate too. Let me walk over there, show you that. Got a shadow behind me. So that turned out pretty good. Got a couple touch-ups to do on that top rail. She couldn't reach it, so she had to, we're gonna do that here in just a few minutes. But, well, she is. In 2 weeks, I'm going double dark. That's a Jake the Lawn Kid concoction that's he put together using some of the next products, which I have in stock. So this is part of my program. Pretty soon I'm going to be going over the entire program I've had from, I think it was March 1st is when I started out, until my last application, which will be, Heather just about bit it over there in the garage. But I'm not allowed to show her because she's not presentable. So So, from March 1st until 2 weeks from next weekend. So that'll be our last application prior of my lawn biological products until the garden tour. Hopefully Heather will have a tour video coming out this week. It'll be the last one to give you an update on everything she's done. She's put in an awesome water garden, or not water garden, but fountain with a couple friends of hers. Water pond, I've been corrected. Water pond with a fountain. A couple of her friends came over and helped her out with that. All right, guys, so that's it for the day. It's Sunday evening, starting to lose some daylight. Actually, the moon's up there. Where'd you get you to see that? I gotta get that up there. Oh, right there. There's the moon. Okay, back to me. Sorry. I thought it was, the moon looks a lot bigger in person than it does on the camera there. So, thanks again for joining us. On behalf of Heather and myself, thank you for visiting our Missouri yard.